and this is Living the Life with Fibromyalgia. So in today's video, I really wanted to talk about how my fitness journey has looked for the past 5 years. Brief summary of how I used to be before I developed fibromyalgia. And during high school, I would always lift, lifting 6 days out of the week. I know it's not very ideal to do that. Now I know that, but as a high schooler, I just thought on the gains. During that time, I did have an eating disorder, so I just wanted to be ultimately skinny, not really healthy. But of course, when you do have anorexia or bulimia or both, your mindset is completely warped. So you will not see yourself as you are. You're gonna see yourself as somebody completely different, somebody that you don't want to be, and somebody that is not good enough. That is just all in your head, and I know we all feel it too. I could say it's all in your head, but you can definitely feel that not enough part. So fast forward, when I went into college, I started eating a lot better. I didn't have anorexia nor bulimia anymore. I was just focusing on running. Running was my new outlet. Me and my sister would always do any form of marathons, and or if she wasn't in Laredo, I would just go do marathons with one of my fit friends at the time. And it was really fun. Like I said, it was an outlet. I loved running. I mean, once you start running, you become a running junkie, honestly. So sophomore year, my trauma happened, and it just completely changed my life, but not taking away any fitness aspect of it. I was still pushing through it. I thought that, that was my only way to cope. And I did put on a lot of muscle. I do have a lot of muscle on me because of me prior to fibromyalgia. So I did already have muscle to work off of. But even if I did have fibromyalgia, once I developed it, coming out of the hospital, I was completely drained. They didn't tell me I had fibro. They told me it was all in my head, and they told me that if I can't lift weights, then so be it. Then you're just not. Just stop. Just stop lifting weights because you can't. Obviously, that's not an answer that I wanted to hear, and that's not an option either. They just completely gave up on me, and I wasn't going to give up on myself. So the day after, I really just wanted to hit the gym. I desperately wanted to hit the gym. Keep in mind that I was lifting 45s. I bench presses, deadlifts, any conventional movement. I wanted to hit my PR every single week, every single day if I could, but nothing to hurt myself, obviously. And when I went back, I couldn't even lift 5 pounds. And that was devastating, and that's such a blow to your mind. You're mind blown. Like, literally, you're mind blown. Emotionally, you're distraught. Because now what? Okay. And if you were already priorly having to deal with mental illnesses, gosh, is this gonna hurt? And if this is your story, I totally get it. But that was very discouraging, but that wasn't gonna stop me. So I would always go to the gym. Always. I was doing it like everybody does it. But I'm not everybody. And at the time, I wanted it to be like I've always done it. So I didn't know how to change it. So the only thing I knew what to do is lower my weights. So that's exactly what I did. I wanted to use 5 pounds. I didn't want to start from nothing. And fast forward to me moving over here, I was still working out. I was still putting time to work out in between my classes. In the morning, if I had to get on campus at 6 a.m., that's exactly what I was going to do. And I was doing all of this to prove myself something, to prove that I could continue working out. I went to a bone specialist, and he told me, what do you want? What are you trying to get out of this? You don't have anything. So why are you here? Gosh, if I could tell you why I was here, I would. I would, because there's no benefit of me just showing up and wanting to be diagnosed with something. I had no idea what the hell was going on. And he told me the same thing. He told me, well, then stop lifting. And this was in our second visit, because clearly he did not listen to me in my first visit. So he told me, well, then just stop lifting, stop doing those things. Daily activities are hard in itself, so what do you mean stop? In one of my kinesiology classes, we went over a multitude of chronic illnesses. We got on the chapter of fibromyalgia. Everybody saw psychology as one of the diagnoses, and they immediately just shut fibromyalgia down and said, oh, well, then it's all in their head. And at the time, I was already dealing with a lot of insecurities. I was dealing with PTSD, and if anybody knows how it feels to have PTSD, you do not want to be the center of attention for anybody. At any situation, you just want to hide. And I know you guys who are also dealing with anxiety know how that feels. It just felt so discouraging to be who I was trying to figure out, because I felt, okay, yeah, nobody believes me. Nobody believes this is a thing. As we went over the chapter, we also had to make exercise programs for those individuals dealing with those certain diagnoses. So in the textbook, it said that it's highly required for people with fibromyalgia to also work out, to not stop. And that could be said all around. You're not supposed to stop doing activities just because you're diagnosed with something. It is insanely discouraging, but that's not what you're supposed to do, because your body, your muscles constantly need to be moving in order for them to be working out right now and for your future self. So that encouraged me a lot more than what I was hearing from my peers. So then it got bad. My fibro got really, really bad, and I didn't know what to do. I suppose how bad my PTSD, how bad my borderline personality disorder got, how stressed out I was because of the internships, because of my 2 jobs, because of all these things that I decided to put myself in, and not fully focus and take a step back and reflect on my mental health, because fibromyalgia lies heavy on your mental health. And I know it sucks. That's just something you have to focus on. If your stress levels aren't down, if what you're putting in your body isn't taken care of, then it's gonna show. It's gonna show in your daily life. Your body puts you in timeout and forces you to reflect on your life. And that sucks, because nobody wants to reflect on their life, but that's what you gotta do. So ever since I started making my videos, I really got educated on my fibromyalgia, even though I've been dealing with this for the past 5 years and didn't really get to know it until the past 3 years. So in one of my videos, I talked about foods that you should be avoiding if you do have fibromyalgia. I also threw in chronic illnesses as a whole on foods that they should be avoiding, but I did end up specifically talking about fibromyalgia. And so I did that. I stopped eating eggs. Oh my gosh, was that hard? What I've learned now is to avoid certain foods. What I've learned now is to take breaks. And what I've learned now is to listen to my body. So I wanted to introduce my fitness diaries, keeping fit with fibro. So I want to talk about my diet. What's that been looking like? I haven't been showing what I eat in a day because I eat the same thing every day. So I also wanted to talk about the type of vitamins that I've been using. So I have been using a powdered vitamin because my parents are desperately trying to find some sort of vitamin that helps me out. And this is a Mexican owned product. I'll show a picture right here. And It's been working actually, surprisingly, for the past month. I've been using it. And also with a video I talked about magnesium and vitamin D as to help out with fibro. I'll also link that video down below. But I go over different types of home remedies you could do to reduce the pain of fibromyalgia. Like I said, I'll do a full video of the importance of each dietary supplement that I am currently using. And I don't take this protein powder every day. I only take my protein powder when I am doing a leg workout. And finally, I want to talk about my workouts. So I really genuinely want to work out 3 days out of the week. I have been working towards that for the past 3 years, since my fibromyalgia started getting really heavy. So my muscle groups will be separated within those 3 days. Chest and arms for the first day, back and shoulders for the second day, and for the third day, obviously lower body. I don't do that many quad focused workouts just because I am primarily quad dominant. So I really do focus on hamstring workouts and glute workouts. But I do more glute workouts, not because I want to increase muscle mass in my gluteus maximus, but honestly, those are the only workouts that don't hurt as much as deadlifts or as much as squats do. That's why I lean towards more glute focused workouts. Also, since your gluteus maximus is your biggest muscle in your whole entire body, it does help out with lower back pains. And if you are doing abdominals, even that much more of a bonus. So for days that I am not going to be working out, specifically on those muscle groups, I do want to work out my abdominal muscles every single night. And if you're really hella tired, meditate. And if meditating doesn't look like crossing your legs and sitting up straight, then lay down. Meditation can be done laying down too. So please don't be hard on yourself when you can't do specific workouts on days that you genuinely wanted to. Another thing with working out that I've learned throughout these years is to have an idea, and if it's not executed, then switch it up. And what I mean by that is, let's say you walk in wanting to do chest workouts. So the thing is with chest workouts, that's a lot of, bench press with dumbbells, with a barbell, with resistance bands. Over an amount of time, your wrists are going to be hurting and your fingers are going to be hurting. Your whole hand is going to start hurting. Not saying your chest is going to hurt, but your joints are definitely going to feel it. So please, I did a water bottle video of what that might look like, and you don't even have to have water bottles. It could be the lightest thing just to add some form of resistance, because I know you're going to be hurting a lot. If you immediately start feeling those pains come up whenever you're lifting, if you're on 5 rep in your last set, that's it. Drop it. Don't do more than that. Respect your body's boundaries, because you can't change it. So work with it. So now that you know that your wrists hurt, okay, now what can I do? If you see a machine for shoulder workouts, and that's like going like this, you're not using your wrists. You're just using your arm muscles. So focus on those type of workouts. On leg days, back then when I was heavily insecure, because I hated myself. And I could say that confidently. I hated myself. I hated my body. Me not executing certain days that I had thought were going to be certain muscle groups really hurt. Really, really, really hurt. And like I said, since I really wanted to get a bigger lower body, leg days were huge to me. When I couldn't do deadlifts, I'm like, girl, I need to do sumo deadlifts, because I heard and I saw the results on somebody else. But We're not somebody else. We are us. My hip hurt tremendously and it had to stop. Back then, I would just start, my anxiety would start elevating so heavy, and I was on the verge of tears, and I would cry. Let's not verge of tears here. I would cry. I would want to have a mental breakdown at the gym. But now, if I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna try them deadlifts today. Ooh, I'm feeling myself, so let's try it out. So if I do it, I go with that mentality. Alex, we know your limits. You know, you kind of know yourself. You kind of know your fibro at this point. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. All right, so let's just move on to the next workout. You just need to get creative on the spot. You're gonna feel discouraged, but don't stay discouraged, because then that's gonna prolong your process. I will be uploading my progress every week. I will record myself. I will record my workouts this week, and whenever I do change them up, I will also record them. And of course, I will do progress updates on my Instagram and on here. And what I've noticed works and what I've noticed doesn't work. And I'll even show you guys what it looks like when it hurts and how I'm gonna handle that pain when it hurts during my workouts. It's okay to start from nothing. It's gonna be a longer journey, but honestly, once you see your body for what it is, not wanting an excessive amount of leg or an excessive small arms or a tiny waist, you're gonna be fine. Everything that I'm gonna be doing is just to help my body out and keep it healthy. Because fibromyalgia, at the end of the day, it forces you to be the best person that you can be. I'll update you guys every 2 weeks. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I can't wait for you guys to see the progress, and hopefully you guys follow along with me. All right, love you guys. Bye.